loving Vlogmas. But you guys are totally seeing a different side, huh? What's up, Remarkables? Thank you so much for being here today. You are watching The Social Life, the place where I talk about profit, purpose, and productivity so that you can go on to build a remarkable life and business. So, we're going to talk about a few things, but I'm going to talk to you about some practical tips that will help you actually be more productive when you're working from home, even if you have kids around, because I know that is the real deal, okay? My kids have been going to school and then coming out of school and switching to distance learning, and we've been now doing that for the past couple of weeks. And even when we were doing it before, I had to develop a routine just like I'm sure all of you had to. So I just want to give you a few tips that are going to help you just kind of structure your day, think about how you want your day to go, even with kids home, how to create boundaries, and yeah, there's a lot. There's 5 main tips I'm going to talk about today, and we're going to jump right into those. One thing I wanted to make sure that I do say to you is that if you stay until the end, on the 5th tip, I'm going to show you one of the services that I use that's super helpful, that I'm loving right now. I was trying it out, but I think I'm actually just going to stick with it. So yeah, find out about that a little bit later. Okay, so first tip. Okay, you guys know that I love a morning routine. Like, I feel like it's huge to have, but a daily routine is like gold, okay? If you have a daily routine, it is something that will absolutely make you keep your sanity with kids home, no joke. Especially if you have older children who can understand, time management. I have a 13-year-old, I have an 11-year-old, and I think that this age is much easier to work with and to talk to about my routine and how I do things and all of that. So it does make things a little bit easier. If you have younger kids, you will have to be in charge of the structure and be in charge of setting those boundaries in the best way that you know how for a child that's younger than these ages, because I can only talk to you about what I've got right now. But I will tell you that I have always, pretty much since my kids were born, I have always worked from home with any business that I've had. So it's not uncommon for them to hear that, mom is busy doing something, or I'll talk to you in a few minutes, or go play in your room until mom comes to get you, and then I can focus on whatever you need. And I've always just been super upfront and very straightforward with my kids in relation to my schedule and how I need space or time to get things done. So that's one thing. Okay, so I am going to leave a sample routine of my day, like what my normal day looks like. I'm going to leave that down in the comment section, or not in the comment section, I'm sorry. I will leave that down in the description box. I can remember what that thing was called. I'm going to leave that down in the description box for you guys to look at. So when I talk about creating a daily routine, I'm going to show you guys exactly what that looks like down in the description box. And basically the way that my day goes is I get up at 5:30, I work out. Even if I don't get up at 5:30, which most days I do, but even if I don't, say 6 o'clock, whatever, I will work out for at least an hour. And I will walk on the treadmill for an hour, and then I'll do a yoga practice, or sometimes I'll just do yoga, or I'll just walk, whatever it is, but I get one of those 2 things in, which feels good. And then I will be back over, check in with the kids, go get myself dressed, go do, get myself ready for the day, even when I'm working from home. And I do feel like that's very important. It's not a tip on here, but I do feel like it's a very important thing to do to get yourself ready for the day. Because when you feel good, when you look good, you feel good. Is that how it goes? When you look good, you feel good. Yeah. Anyway, when you look good, you feel good. And so anyway, that's important to me, and it does actually work. So I do that. Then around, let's say 7:30ish, well, actually more like 8, I'll be done with everything. And by that point, I've already had a bottle of water. So let's say it's 8 o'clock now. By that point, I've already had a bottle of water. I've already showered. I've already gotten dressed, did my workout. Like, you have a lot of stuff done by 8 o'clock, okay? Your mind is right and ready to start your day. So then I will come in and I'll have breakfast, and I'll have tea, and my vitamins, like everything I need at that point I will have. And if I'm ever running late, and this is how I think, like, what is the what is the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is if I'm late, then I will make a smoothie really quick and I will drink my smoothie while I'm working. But in general, I like to take my meals as like a moment of just calm and quiet. And I like to sit down and just eat my meal. And if I want to, watch something on YouTube, which I don't do this anymore, huge habit that I've changed, which I absolutely love. And I will have a whole video on some habits that I've changed. But one of those habits is that I do not watch the news in the morning. And I don't look on YouTube. I don't really talk to people in the morning anymore. And the reason I don't do those things is because it honestly affects your mood and almost always negatively. And maybe that's because I focus too much or I think too much or I don't know what it is, but staying in this mode of I'm just working and it's just about the things that I give myself or that I'm focusing on really does help me keep the focus. And so that's really important, and that's one of the habits, but I'll do that in a whole nother video for you guys. So going on, I also unload the dishwasher. I put in a load of laundry, and then that's usually getting me to about 9 o'clock. And at 9 o'clock, I sit down and I work from 9 to 12 nonstop unless I'm having interruptions from my kids, which is totally fine. I answer their question. I help them with whatever they need, troubleshoot, whatever it is, and I go back to my stuff. So what I use is 25 minutes, the Pomodoro method. I use 25 minutes to work on tasks, and then I stop for 5, and then I go back for another 25. And when I do that, I'm able to get about 6 tasks done per working period. So the 9 to 12 is at 10, 11, 12, 12, that's 3 hours. And so I'm able to get about 6 tasks done or a couple of really big tasks that I need to really focus on. And that makes me feel productive. So then for 12 o'clock, I stop, I sit down. Usually one of my kids is on lunch too. Sometimes I'll sit and talk to them. Sometimes I will just put my headphones in and listen to my book or read a book if I'm reading one, and just take that time for myself. And then, the next thing I do is go back to work at 1 o'clock from 1 to 3. I have about 2 hours. I get about 4 tasks done during that period of time with a couple of breaks. And then my day is over. So the big thing that I do at the end of the day is I have a shutdown period, and I will show you guys that one of these videos too. But it's a shutdown period where basically I just do a brain dump of what needs to be done the next day onto my calendar. Make sure I know exactly what's happening the next day, because sometimes in the evening my brain just kind of stops working, and I don't want to have to plan my day for, in the evening, which I know is a big thing that a lot of people say. I don't like to do that. It doesn't work for me. Once I do this shutdown period, I'm pretty much done working. So I might have more fun on social media. I might go check social media. I might watch a movie with my husband. I might play cards with my kids. There's lots of things I might do from that 3 o'clock period on, but I don't want to work anymore. I kind of focus more on like the home and just relaxing and doing the fun stuff. And sometimes it's not the fun stuff. Sometimes, I vacuum or do something like that. But basically, my point is that there's no more work. I'm not gonna be focusing anymore. So I try to get all that focus time from 9 to 3 done. And sometimes that day ends up being shorter, but for the most part, I don't go any further past 3 o'clock, because then it runs into, cooking dinner and, getting ready for the evening. So that's kind of like a relaxed period. Now, from 3 to 4, because I don't cook dinner really until about 4:30ish. From 3 to 4, I might hop on the phone, I'll call a friend, call some family. I might talk to my kids, we might take a walk, we might go to the park, we might do lots of different things. I might clean, I don't know, whatever. I'll fold clothes, whatever I have to do. But it's a transition period, and I allow myself to have that, and I encourage you to allow yourself to have that as well. And I know this is only tip number 1, but this is a big, big piece of being productive. Understanding how your day runs and allowing things to have its specific place in your day, and then sticking to that. And that is what helps you create the boundaries for family, for friends, for your kids, for yourself. and allows you to have that focus time because you know that this is what you're supposed to be doing during this period of time. And I learned that whole concept of having specific times for specific things from Julie Morgenstern, her book, Time Management. I think it's called Time Management 101 or something like that. But it's the best thing I've ever seen, and she actually has you put it in blocks. I used to do that for a long time, and then it just became something that is just part of what I do and who I am now. But I totally recommend that. Get a daily routine. If you don't have one right now and your day is pretty open, you can absolutely like take that one that I'm gonna put down in the description box for you. But it is life-changing. That's all I can say. It's life-changing, especially with children. It's life-changing. And they see you too have a routine, and they understand that they also have to respect that, and that's huge. Okay, so that was tip number 1. Sorry, that was so long, you guys. So tip number 2 is to give your days structure and jobs. So as an example, Mondays and Tuesdays I know are like really strong working days. Like I cannot let anything come and deter me those 2 days. No family, no friends, there's no wiggle room on those days. Like I make it that way because those are the days that I write my newsletter, I get my videos out, I do my lives, I do my course, I do all of my focused show up work where I need to be present. I do all of those on that day. Now, on those 2 days. Now, because I know that, I'll schedule a lot of other things like getting myself ready for the week. I'll schedule that on Sunday. So if I'm gonna do my hair, or if I need to present well with maybe my skin, or whatever it is I need to do, my nails, which I don't do those very often, but whatever it is I'm gonna do that I feel like I need to have done to show up on Monday and Tuesday, I do it all on Sunday. And it helps you really structure your week. So if you were to start your week on Sunday, I would say for me, this is how mine is structured. Sunday is like my hair day, my self-care day. I do all of that on Sunday because most of it I do at home on my own. And then Monday comes around, Monday, Tuesday, I do my stuff. Then I'm very, very focused that part of the week. Wednesday comes around and it's still a focused day. I might schedule a meeting those days, or I might just have it for writing or catching up or whatever it is that I feel like I need to do. Thursdays are generally days where I'll go out and run errands or straighten up my house, like do vacuuming, any of those types of things. Do any sort of catch-up thing that I want to do for the week, because that's kind of like my last real focus day, if I'm going to focus. And then Fridays generally are just days that I have fun, or it's much more relaxed. I can have a lot more wiggle room. I might work out a little bit longer. I might do, might walk around in like yoga clothes, whatever. I don't know. Who cares? Like Friday is just like a have fun day. It's also the day though where I will catch up on anything that I needed to maybe do, like sign up for a subscription or get rid of subscriptions or do any computer work that I have been putting off for the week, any emails or any follow-ups that I want to do for the following week. I will do all of those on Friday. Sometimes I do them on Thursday if I know I've got somewhere to be on Friday, but most of the time it's Friday. So it's nice to have a job for every day of the week where you just know on these days I can't do anything. On these days I have a little bit more wiggle room. So if I'm going to set an appointment with someone, or I'm going to have lunch, or I'm going to meet someone, or I'm going to do a business meeting or anything like that, generally those are going to be later in the week. And it just is a quick, it's a tool for me that has allowed me to say, oh, yep, I can do Wednesday, Thursdays for these types of things, or I can do Fridays for lunches with friends or whatever. Those things give you structure to your week and for your days. That way, you're not in the middle of a focus session, and it took me a long time to learn this, but I'm not in the middle of a focused day, and then someone calls and I get into a bad mood, or they've said something I didn't like and I'm ruminating on it. I wait till all of that is done, and then I can focus on other things that don't have anything to do with what's important to me, my most important goals. So that is number 2. And then number 3 is, okay, I got to talk about this for a second. I take a drink social media. I love social media, so I don't have there's nothing I'm gonna say that's gonna say like get off social media. But I do wanna make sure this is clear. I see a lot of you struggling on social media, like to get something out every day. And yes, it's good to get something out, but it doesn't have to be at any specific time. It doesn't have to be your number one priority for the day. It can be later on in the day. It can be 2 days later. Like, you don't have to make social media a priority. And I think that's what I'm trying to say here is, for number 3, like, be social when you want to be social. Make it your last priority, not your first priority. Get your goals done. Work on your main stuff for your business and work on the main stuff that's important to you in your life, and then do the social media. Because all we see, and I feel like this is what happens, is all we see is people like posting on social media and it looks like they post all the time. But really, like, most of those things are already planned, scheduled, or you've already had the thought, and then when you have a moment, you just go post. But I just want to make sure I say that, like, social media is important for your business, for awareness and things like that, but social media does not translate to profit. Social media does not translate to customers. Social media does not translate to sales. There are lots of other things that have to happen and have to be in place before those things are going to happen. So that's my third productivity tip. You don't just, when you're ready to be social, get on social media. Turn off all those notifications. You guys know I am all about like no notifications. It will change your life. Even if you just try it for a week. Turn off all your notifications. Only go on when you are feeling social and you're ready to be open to whatever you're going to see. Because sometimes you go on social media and you're like, but that's not true. Or, wait, why did they say that? Or, that's not what they told me last time I spoke to them, or whatever the case. You actually do have a dialogue with the social media and the things that you see and the things that you interact with. And so you just want to make sure that when you go on social media that you're actually ready to receive whatever it is you're going to get, and it's not going to throw you off. So generally what I do is I will go on and post something to my stories, or in the mornings. You guys know, like, I post always my workouts or whatever, but that's like a 5-minute thing. Like, I sit down, after I'm done, I post my little thing, it's done, it's over. Then I go to work, I start doing my little work stuff. Once I start working, I probably will not post again until probably about 12 o'clock if I'm actually gonna post something, because that's my next break, right? And so I treat it just like I would teach my kids to treat their social media. Like, it's something you do when you have extra time. It's not something you do during work hours or school hours. It's when you have extra time. And so just remember that. I feel like it's a huge productivity waster. Like, it takes away so much of your time and your focus and your efficiency. So just do it when you have time. Okay, that was probably beating a dead horse. I apologize. The fourth thing is learn how to delegate. Please learn how to delegate. If there is something that you can give to someone else, anything, and I really believe this wholeheartedly, and it'll follow into my number 5 tip too. But if there's something that you can delegate that you don't have to do, give it away. And I encourage you to look into your business to see, and your life even, to see if there are things that you don't have to do that makes sense for both your budget, if you need to pay for it, and also your time, if you need more of it. And then do that. Like, go for it, research it, try it, whatever. Even just trying it is a big deal. You don't have to be in control of every single piece. One of the things that I love from the E-Myth is if you can process something, and I had to do this in my nonprofit, but if you can process something and give it to someone else, then you have just freed yourself. So as an example, I used to have interns for a long time, and I would have some of the things that I would do, some of the processes I would do, like uploading kids or something to the back end of the website. I had all that written out so that they could then use that and work off of that instead of asking me the same question like 85 times, which if you guys have volunteers or you have employees or you have someone who helps you, those are the types of things that you can do. You know, write out things that makes it easier for them to help you. and makes it so that if they mess up somewhere, you don't have to do a whole bunch of thinking to figure out where they messed up. You just can look at this page and say, oh yeah, did you do this, this, and this, and this? So processing and delegating is huge. Again, it will change your life. I hate to keep saying that, but these things will change your life, I promise. Okay, the last thing I want to tell you is about using services that will increase your time or your productivity. One of the services I'm going to talk to you about today is called ButcherBox, and I will get into that in just a second. But I do want to talk to you about a couple things. So some of the things that I have changed both on purpose and then some by accident have been working out from home has been amazing, and I'm sure a lot of you are in the same position because we're still in 2020. And I don't know if your gym is open or not, but the deal is that working from home makes things so much easier because it saves a lot of time. I don't have to schedule a time to go to a class. I don't have to schedule a time to, go to the gym. I don't have the driving time anymore. I don't have any of that. So working out from home has been great. And the way that, I would say working out from home is like, one, using some sort of app that you can work out from, and then there are tons of free options that you can work out with on YouTube. So I would use that. Like right now I'm using the Yoga with Adriene 30-day thing, and I'll have that link down below too. And then I'm also I use the Sweat app for like strength training and HIIT workouts. And there's Pinterest for like treadmill workouts if you want them. If you want to do it, you can do it from home, and it's not as difficult as it might seem. So I have to say that I'm totally biased. I do love working out from home. I have always kind of been a workout from home kind of girl. So if you're not one of those people, that's fine. Go to the gym, do what you have to do. But just look at areas and services that are out there that could help you save time and money. Now, the next thing is like, hey, if you can hire or afford to hire a housekeeper, hire a housekeeper. If you can afford to have someone babysit your kids, because that'll give you some extra time, and you could, significantly increase your profit if you had the time. Someone had to tell me this. I think it was my mother-in-law who told me this. But when my kids were little, I would always complain because I wanted my husband to be the one watching my kids all the time. Like if I wanted time, I wanted him to be watching them. And she said, why don't you just get a babysitter? And I was like, it's brilliant. And I did. I got a babysitter, and that's how I was able to, at those times, run my business or focus on, whatever it is I needed to focus on at that time. And I got a great babysitter, and my kids loved that babysitter, and it was great. And that's how I found my time. So yes, I had to pay out something for a service, but that service then exponentially helped me grow my business. So think about the trade-off of what you're doing, and if something can actually help you, do those types of things. So what I wanted to talk to you about was the ButcherBox. Now this is something new. I've never used it before. This is my first time using it, and I just got it yesterday, so I recorded it. The ButcherBox, if you don't know what it is basically a service where it's like having your own butcher. I know that sounds crazy, but if you eat meat or fish or seafood or anything like that, chicken, and you just want it to be clean and healthy, the ButcherBox is awesome. And basically what they do is they allow you to go on and choose for your family size the types of meat that you want to be sent, and then they send it to you once a month. Now I have to tell you that I'm totally impressed by this place because I sat down and did the subscription on, what day did it? I don't know, I must have done it on like Sunday or Monday. I got my box yesterday, okay, which was Thursday, and it comes directly to your door. It has dry ice in it, so don't touch it. Don't touch the dry ice because you can get hurt, but it does tell you that. So I just put on some, you'll see, I put on some gloves to pull everything out, and then I show you everything that comes through. Now, one thing I will say about this is it sounds like it sounds pricey. I went for the $149 box, and there's a $129 box. Now the $149, which is the box that I'm gonna show you in. Okay, so here's the ButcherBox. I'm super excited about this. Now they do say that this is covered in dry ice, so I'm gonna be very careful, very careful. I don't really know what to expect because I've never gotten this before, but I'm so excited. And I literally just ordered this like a couple of days ago, so I'm so stunned at how quickly this got here. So do not handle dry ice with bare hands. Okay, so we're gonna put on gloves. Okay, and put on my little mitts. Let's see how I can. Let's see the other side tomorrow. Okay, so okay, we're opening. I don't think there's anything in here. Nope. No, there is. Nope. So I'm gonna put on my little gloves, and looks like it's nicely packaged. And then I'll just be dropping this meat as I show you guys into the sink because I want to make sure that I'm not. Okay, so this is the Alaskan cod, wild caught, which is what I was looking for. And you can see that there's quite a few pieces in there, which is nice. And then I also got a bag of Alaskan, Alaskan sockeye salmon, wild caught as well, which was really important to me. So I got 2 of those because a lot of times we don't have, sometimes I just don't want to go to Costco, or I don't want to risk having to get that farm fresh stuff. And then, let's see what else. So then this is organic chicken thighs. You can order exactly what you want, which is nice. And there's about, it tells you that there's like 1 to 3 thighs in each pack. So I didn't see any dry ice. I mean, I feel like this is almost like overkill, but I don't want to get rid of my fingers. So I'm gonna do it. And then we're gonna try a little bit of pork, which is, I think this was pork butt. No, these are baby back ribs. So these look bigger in the package, I mean on the screen, but yeah, that'll be enough. There's a net weight of 2.5 pounds essentially. So it's supposed to feed the family. I think that will. You might not have, now what I did see on the reviews is that you won't have a ton of leftovers or anything, which is fine. And then this is 2 pounds of ground sirloin. And I haven't really tried ground sirloin, so I thought I probably should get some beef just to kind of mix it all up. And then they throw in some bacon, which is nice. So let me get this down. We're done with that. These away. Got my hands back. So the big thing that I'm seeing so far from this is, first off, I'm so happy about the fish because that's the only thing that I really can't find at like a major grocery store. But I'll give you guys, I'm gonna put all this away and then I will come back probably for tomorrow's video and not be addressed in today. Anyway, I'll come back tomorrow to kind of talk to you about how I'm gonna use this and like what meals I'm thinking about making maybe, and how I think it's gonna help as far as, you know, pricing and all that stuff. I'll talk to you about all of that. So anyway, that is the butcher box, but I'm very happy with what we got so far. So that's very, very cool. I'm very happy with that. That box actually is one that I got to choose everything that I wanted. So I got to choose 6 different types of meats, and I chose 2 pounds of salmon, which had 6 servings of salmon fillet. Sorry, I'm reading my little card. And then I had 6 servings in each of those, so that's 12 servings. So basically, I assume that I'm gonna get 3 meals out of that, sorry. 3 meals with 4 people eating a piece of salmon each night. And then chicken thighs, I got 3 servings per pack, and I think each pack is like a pound or something, or maybe less, I don't know. But like 3 thighs in each pack, there should be. 1 to 3 is what it said. So I'm assuming there's 3 servings per pack, which means I could probably make maybe 2 meals out of that. And then the Alaska cod, I got 6 servings, you'll see that. So I figured I could make 1 meal plus maybe some leftovers. and then 2 pounds of ground sirloin, which I assume I can make 2 meals out of, 1 pound each, and then pork loin, baby back ribs, and I assume I'm gonna be able to make 1 meal out of that because my family really likes baby back ribs. And then they also threw in a free pack of bacon. Now, that gets me a total of 10 meals. So, of course, it's not gonna take you through 30 days, but it was a nice supplement. And these will supplement the nights that, like, if I order out or we eat, well, we don't eat over at anyone else's house during this period of time, but we used to, right? And I know I'm gonna cook at least 10 meals during the month, and then your next box will come. We also have a lot of game meat in our freezer, and you know, you just go to the store and you buy some other things like ground turkey, things like that I didn't get from this box. But here's the thing. I used to go to Costco and I would spend a lot at Costco buying the meat, buying different things. And once you're in Costco, maybe you go for like a couple things, but you end up buying a ton of stuff. And so I just wanted to, one, avoid Costco at all costs, because I just don't really like to go there. And I wanted to try this out, obviously, but I think that paying $149 for 10 meals for your family, 10 meals of good, you know, good processed meat, like that's not full of antibiotics and all this other nasty stuff in there. If you're not into that, totally fine, but I'm trying to eat healthier and I'm trying to do better, and I want to be conscious of what I'm eating. And I've heard really great things about the Butcher Box, so I thought I would try it out. But as of right now, I will be keeping this service. And you know, there are services all the time. So I used to use Instacart. Instacart was charging like 20% over whatever. Sorry, you guys, my desk is moving right now. Or some, yeah. Okay. Anyway, it was charging way over whatever the price was of the food in the store. So this is reducing time for me to have to go to the grocery store, and that's how I look at it. So that's why I got it, and I wanted to pass it on to you guys. I wanted to tell you all about that. So I will also leave a link down to Butcher Box if you'd like to find out more about it, and I'll use my code if I have one. But anyway, yeah. So Butcher Box is great. I love it so far. You have to look at your budget, see if that makes sense. But instead of going and spending, you know, hundreds of dollars at Costco, I feel like I could try this instead and see if it saves any money. But definitely will increase the productivity if I don't have to go to Costco. I'm sorry, you guys, I really don't like Costco at all. So that's it. Those are my 5 things, and I will just quickly reiterate without giving any extra spiel, because I know I always make these videos long. But that's kind of why I'm loving blogging, because I can just talk like I would talk to a friend. Okay, so 1, create a daily routine. I will have mine down in the description box for you to look at. 2, give your day structure and give them jobs. 3, be social when you want to and make social media your last priority, okay? 4, delegate. And 5, include some services in your life that will help make your life easier, save you money, increase your productivity, save you time, anything like that. Those types of services are totally worth it. And I 100% believe in them and think that you should have them if you can afford them. And if you can't afford them, that's okay. It's just be aware that there are different ways that you can save time and money. Like if you go to the gym right now, but you rarely go, like start working out from home and use a free YouTube channel to work out instead of going to the gym. Like there are ways that you can cut costs and actually save money and save yourself time and be more productive. So you just have to be open. The last couple of things I want to say are to follow your natural flow. So even though I'm going to show you what my routine is down below, this is my daily routine. This is something that, yes, I do pretty much stick to every day, but things happen and sometimes you get thrown off. And I think I actually talked about that in my video yesterday, but things will happen. Your day will get thrown off. You might start a little bit later than you wanted to, but the routine is what you're trying to achieve, right? Like you're constantly practicing that routine. But follow your natural flow, because if the natural flow is in the mornings, you know, you wake up at 5 a.m. and then you get to go back to sleep because you have a newborn baby, and you wake up at, you know, 8 and you don't have time to work out in the morning, that's okay. You don't have to work out in the morning. Just know that you want to do it and work out in the evening. work out with what makes sense for your life, or do the tasks that you want to get done that makes sense for your life. For instance, I know that reading at night is tough for me because I get in my bed, I get cozy, and then I start reading. I read like 2 pages and I fall asleep. So I do leave that 10 to 10:30 time to read, but for the most part, I will read on the treadmill. And that's like my reward for being on the treadmill, is that I get to read. So either I'll listen to an audiobook, or I will actually literally read my book while walking on the treadmill. So find out what works for you is my point. Go with your natural flow, find it. Okay. And I think that was all I wanted to tell you guys. But yeah, we're gonna be productive, okay? 2021 is gonna be like the year of productivity, okay? Because we've already had a year of sloth-like activity, and I'm good on that now. So I did enjoy it, and now that's why you guys see me working out so much, because I'm like, I gotta get it off. But anyway, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe, and I would love to know, like, what is one part of your routine that you just cannot live without? If you leave that down in the comments, that'd be awesome. I love to see what people love, you know, about their routines. Or if you don't have a morning routine, are you gonna start one? Like, tell me what you're feeling from this video. Now get out there and unleash your something amazing, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for staying here. If you stayed all the way till the end of the video, you are a G. You are the bomb. Seriously, I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Maybe from here on out, everyone will appreciate my edited videos when I don't talk as long. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.